Name's Jaeger Alexander. I go by Jaeger." Travail handed the rifle back to Jaeger and introduced himself. "Craig Travail, and my dog, who is about to eat your fish, is Blue." "I'm happy to share. You're the lawyer, right?" Travail drew back. "Peaches told me." Peaches was the activity director who'd bombarded Travail with invitations when he arrived at noon. Stretching class on Monday, line dancing Tuesday, bus ride to the Uptown Museum on Wednesday, lunch provided, book club on Thursday in the library. "It doesn't matter if you haven't read the book," she'd said. "Nobody ever reads them all the way through." "Saturday is the best," she'd said. "Croquet in the morning, and the yacht club meets at the lake for the regatta in the afternoon. Miniature remote-controlled boats, but you'll get the hang of it." Travail had politely declined every invitation. "Did Peaches give out my address, too?" Jaeger laughed. "Unnecessary. The women knew it was Cottage 24 before your movers unloaded your first box. Did you know women in retirement communities outnumber men 5-to-1? You better check your Viagra supply." Travail didn't laugh at the joke. He wasn't here looking for sex, and he didn't need a Viagra supply. "Here comes one of our women now. Be on your toes, Craig Travail." Jaeger moved fast to button his shirt, but only made it halfway up before the woman's voice carried through the late afternoon air. He pushed Blue away, grabbed the 2 fish, and stuffed them halfway down the front of his pants, hidden by his untucked shirt tail. Blue stood next to him, nudging Jaeger's belt line with his nose. "Chuck Jaeger Alexander?" The woman yelled the name from the lake's edge. "Are you shooting fish again?" She moved at a brisk pace from 50 yards off. Jaeger slid the rifle behind his back. "Brace yourself, Craig Travail. You're about to meet Harriet Josephine Keaton." Travail stood and looked around for a place to hide. No luck. He had done nothing wrong, but with Jaeger at his side, he felt guilty of something. Jaeger looked like he was enjoying himself. Travail could tell by the way she walked. She was a confident woman. She had a purposeful stride. Travail guessed she was about 4 or 5 years older than his 65 years. The energy in her voice extended to her thick, red, curly locks, which fell from her head in waves and landed somewhere near her shoulders. Travail whispered to Jaeger as they waited. "Your parents named you Chuck Jaeger?" "Man broke the sound barrier in 1947, the day I was born. Mom said I was louder than he was." Travail looked up to see Harriet Keaton standing 3 paces away with her arms crossed. "Are you two getting your story straight?" "Good afternoon, Harriet." Jaeger didn't seem fazed by his accuser's brusque tone. Harriet wore a blue V-neck sweater over a white blouse tucked into brown denim jeans. She looked at Travail in a way that invited him to introduce himself. "I'm Craig Travail." Jaeger put his wet hand on Travail's shoulder. "My new neighbor." This was more intimacy than Travail wanted from a man who swims with the fishes. "My condolences for having to live next door to our version of Little Big Man." Travail racked his brain for where he'd heard the name Little Big Man. "She's just joshing you, Craig Travail." Now he remembered. Little Big Man was a movie in which Dustin Hoffman played 121-year-old Jack Crabb, a man with remarkable but hard-to-believe life story set in the great American West. Crabb comically stumbled from one occupation to the next. "Do you see the resemblance?" Harriet extended her right arm and turned her forefinger into a motion as if circling Jaeger's body. "What am I looking for?" "A man with crazy ideas who can't stay focused on one long enough to finish a job." Harriet Keaton didn't wait on Travail to solve her riddle, but turned back to Jaeger and the matter at hand. "Unlike some timid souls who live here, I don't care if you play with your guns, even if it is against the law." Harriet looked down at the bulge around Jaeger's waist and at Blue pawing at his shirt. "I do care about the wildlife." Jaeger deflected. "We need to talk about the professor. Did you get my text about Sue Ellen?" "I did. But don't change the subject." Jaeger stayed off topic. "There's something strange about the professor's death." "What's strange is you hunting without a fishing license."